Hello, thank you for joining me. I'm standing by the Royal Canal in Dublin, and that is a CAF-built 2900 class DMU, and that has just departed the newest railway station in Ireland. Just up here is a railway station called Pellets Town, and the funny thing is, it's the newest station in Ireland, but it's its first birthday today. It opened a year ago today on the 26th of September 2021. I wasn't here for the opening, and I just happened to be in Ireland today on its first birthday. I'm possibly the only person who is actually acknowledged today that it opened a year ago today. The reason it opened is, as you can see, lots of new buildings behind me. Well, it's hidden by the tree, but there's lots of cranes. You might see them in a minute. They're building lots of new apartments and houses in this area to the north of Dublin by the canal, so they've opened a new station, although Pellets Town itself is actually further down the canal near where Ashtown Station is, which is the next one. The next station that way is Broome Bridge, which is where the Lewis tram now terminates. So I came up on the tram, I've walked along the canal. I've always wanted to walk along this canal just because it does go by the railway. It's the railway line which runs from Dublin to Sligo, and it follows the canal quite a long way, at least as far as Longford. I think even when they were building it, the railway actually bought the canal because it wasn't doing very well financially, and they could use the canal to help construct the railway, but then the railway wasn't finished, so they would sometimes take passengers by boat to Longford because the railway didn't quite get there. But that doesn't happen now. Although it does appear at the station in the background, you can almost have a rail to boat interchange, but I don't think that's going to happen. We're going to go up here, we're going to have a look at the new station. I have already been here a moment ago, and I bought myself a ticket from here to Connolly so I can catch the train back. So as I said, came up on the tram, I'm catching the train back into Connolly, and then that way I can nicely tick off this railway station. So the last time a railway station opened in Ireland was Oranmore in County Galway. That was about 5 years ago, 29th of July 2013, so a bit more than 5 years ago. But anyway, I think that's the date, I might be wrong, but Oranmore, I always remember it opened on 29th of July, and it's one station out of Galway. There's the canal. The water's looking very nice and clear. They seem to put a new bridge in when they built the station. They put a new footbridge in and a new bridge here over the canal. As you walk towards the station, it almost looks like you can't get in. There's a lock just there on the canal. It looks like you can't get in. I think they've done it so that if they want to shut off the station, lock it, stop people going on the platforms, if there were no train stopping, they could. Which you can see if you walk onto the platform, walk straight on. Here's the platform. That's looking towards Sligo. That way it's looking back towards Dublin. Let's go up and go over the other side. There's a park on the other side of the railway, so we'll see that. So you've got some steps here. There's no lifts, but it's step free because you've got these rather long ramps. So we'll make our way up these ramps to have a look around the station. I can't say it's the most exciting railway station I've ever been to. I'll tell you what it does remind me of. It reminds me a bit of Hordern Station in the northeast of England. I went to that station when it was still the newest railway station in England, but when it wasn't brand new. I think it opened just before 2020 or around that sort of time, so for obvious reasons I didn't go there. There's a train coming in, a Hyundai Rotem, it's not stopping. Or maybe it is stopping. It just looks, I don't think it's. Yeah, it's stopping. Just looked like it was going quite fast. I actually quite like those units because they're not the most exciting to look at, but the seats do very nicely line up with the windows. So if you're travelling on some of Ireland's more scenic railways, say like from Dublin down to Ross there, you can sit at a table and just really enjoy the journey. I hope I'll be going back on one. I'm not so keen on those 2900 CAF-built units. I don't know how obvious it is from here, but the seats are nicely lined up, grouped around 4 tables, lined up with the windows. I think some of them even have a buffet on board. I can just see, I don't know if the camera's picking it out, there's a plane taking off over there. So Dublin Airport's not that far. I always think now they're building this development, they should extend the Lewis one more stop and sort of serve this area, and it could go on up to the airport. Although there is it the Metro North project that might kind of do that anyway. So that's I believe that's called Ashington Park, that area over there. When we get up here we should be able to get a better view along the railway. So looking out that way you get quite a nice view of the new development, and yeah, just looking north really. It seems funny though it's called Pellets Town, and Pellets Town isn't actually here, but I suppose because the station there was called Ashtown, they decided to give this one Pellets Town. Just see the train disappearing. So Ashtown Station, I reckon it's literally just outside around the corner. And Broombridge Station, as I mentioned, is also very close by. I almost thought when they opened it, why have they built this station here when you've got others so close? But thinking about it, it does make sense, because this is quite a densely populated area. So to have, you know, stations in quick succession, it makes sense. It's just that this is also a main line, so you've got to sort of, it's not that there's not that many long distance trains to Sligo, but you've got to fit in stopping trains and the local trains. If I can just see in the far distance, again the camera's probably not picking out the Wicklow Mountains to the south of Dublin, and all the way around here. And then, as I said, well, I'm going to have to go back over the other side to catch my train to Dublin. I have done this line before. I once caught a train, the train that just stopped was going to M3 Parkway. I went there, and that's a strange station. It's like a parkway station at the end of a line. There's talk of extending that line up towards Navan, which I think is possibly the largest town in Ireland not to have a railway station. It's either Navan or Swords. One of those two I think is the largest town in Ireland without a railway station. I think here the rail, so yes, another Hyundai Rotem. So that was the 3-car one, that was number 22247. Lots of twos in the numbers. I've nearly seen all of them, but I haven't quite seen them all. Ireland is a frustrating country when you're trying to tick off numbers of trains. It's like the 071 class of General Motors diesels. I think there's 20 of them, and I've seen half of them, but you just never know where they're going to crop up. And in Northern Ireland, the 071 class, they're the 111 class or the 8111 class, and I've seen 2 out the 3 they've got. And I saw 2 this morning. I was actually in Belfast this morning, but I still haven't seen the last one. So we get to here, and that's a ramp out. We've done a bit of ramps. Let's do some steps now, getting out of the station. So you get to here. It does of course say the station's name in Irish, which I'm not going to try and pronounce, as well as English. Ticket machine, and it's pointed out on the other side. They can close off the station. So get a view at the station from this side. Right, I've got 4 minutes till my train back to Connolly, so I think I'm going to end this video here. Let's end it up on the bridge, it'll be more fun. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I like to try and visit stations when they're new, but the further away they are from home, it's not always so easy, so hence, but it's why I got here a year on. But I like the fact I got here on its first birthday. I feel like I'm giving it just like a little celebration, a bit of attention on its first birthday. So we are at Pelletstown Station a year ago after it opened, and it's really, really windy right now. So, oh, there's another one. If we can get down in time, there's one of those 2900 units coming in. So we'll see that, and then that'll be the end of this video. Just putting in now. Let's go to just down here. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please do feel free to like, subscribe, comment, and I'm going to say goodbye now and watch the 2900 Cafe.